The Pac-12's questionable future is much bigger than sports. With no media deal set for the 2024-25 season, schools will likely see a loss in revenue. And this news affects fans, employees, athletes, and the remaining Pac-12 schools. 4 teams remain in the Pac-12. One former Washington State Hall of Famer tells us without a national presence, cutbacks are likely.
Talking cutbacks in the athletic department, talking cutbacks at the school. Maybe they're changing some of the opportunities for degrees that you can get. It's across the board, and it's going to be very, very painful for a school like Oregon State and Washington State and whoever is left if there's no settlement on moving forward.
And the WSU Athletics Department already reported financial issues in June. It's likely those will just worsen over time. Fans will miss the rivalry between the Cougars and the Huskies, and women's sports will also be affected by the loss of competition.
Yeah, there's just no good news for the future of Washington State University. There's just no way to spin this. Even Oregon State is going to be feeling those effects. Those two schools stand to lose the most in all of this, and we're talking in the tens of millions of dollars when it's all said and done. And that's likely going to be ending in the loss of numerous jobs, but who just can tell at this point. But the machine just doesn't stop, and we both know that Oregon and Washington are going to be joining their close friends UCLA and USC in the Big Ten starting next year. Now, because of the bleak outlook with the Pac-12 media rights deal, it was hard to turn down the reported $50 million a year package for those schools from the Big Ten. Still, a lot of questions as to how this is all going to play out in the long run. The future of the Apple Cup is in doubt, and a lot of the smaller sports are going to have to deal with the grind of traveling to and from the East Coast on a regular basis.
I'll be the first to say that this is not perfect. You know, there will be challenges. This does require a lot of change and adaptability. But what I do know is that we have a very active student leadership group that has an incredible partnership with our senior leadership team. And we're going to be working side by side to develop the best plan, and that we will have the resources to support our student athletes as we move into this transition.
Now, in Pullman, you wouldn't really guess anything's out of the ordinary as the football team continues to prepare for their season. And for head coach Jake Dicker, he's done a good job keeping his guys focused on the task at hand. And that's the 2022 season, nothing else. Still, it's just hard to avoid being asked about the ever-changing landscape in the conference.
Because it's the only thing that we can control. You know, I don't control anything else that happens outside. I think we got great leadership and President Schultz and obviously Pat, and excited to let those guys lead us into the future of a very strong Washington State.
I try to focus on what we are here now, be where my feet are. There's a lot of decision making that goes into that. That's out of my control. But all I know is that they're still in our league this year, and once we get to those weeks, I'll be ready to go.